Today we are going to be talking about Content Security Policy or CSP in LWC OSS apps. So here I've built an app that lets me search for books, and it has a banner on the top and a search box, and when I click on search it shows me the results, which includes the thumbnail and the title. Now if you look at the code behind it, you can see that I'm using an image from unsplash.com for the banner on top, and I'm using Google APIs to get the list of books. The Google API result looks something like this, and if you scroll a little bit to the bottom, you can see that the thumbnail URL belongs to the google.com domain. Now, I've been using the watch command for local development, which doesn't enforce CSP, so everything works fine like you've just seen. But when I want to deploy this to production, I need to do two things. First, I need to run the build command that creates a webpack build, and then I run the serve command. And the serve command initializes a simple Express server. And the code for the Express server is present in server.js file in the scripts folder. Now this serves the build output with CSP enforced. So let's say you're deploying this app to Heroku, you might want to put this command npm run serve in the proc file. So now with CSP enforced, let's look at our app, and you can see that it doesn't work as expected. And in the developer tools, you'll find a bunch of errors related to CSP. Now, how does the Express server enforce CSP? It happens using Helmet. So Helmet is a library that lets you enforce security in your Express apps by allowing you to set some HTTP headers, and CSP happens to be one of the headers. So in its simplest form, you would just initialize the library like I've shown you here. And what this does, it sets a bunch of default values that you can find in the documentation. So in the documentation, you can see you can only load images, scripts, styles, or even make callouts to endpoints from the same domain, which is denoted using self. But in our use case, as you know, we have images from Unsplash, Google, and you're making call out to googleapis.com. So how do you whitelist these URLs? It's actually pretty simple. Instead of using the default Helmet config, you're going to replace it with this code, which sends in some options for the content security policy. And what we are doing here is we are whitelisting googleapis.com for connect src, which is the one that is used to make callouts. And for image src, I have whitelisted unsplash.com and google.com domains. And of course, self is going to be present on all of the directives because it has to, of course, load things from the same domain. Now with these changes, let me run the serve command again. And now you can see that the output works just fine. Hope you found this tip helpful. Please let us know your feedback using the chat window or the comments section in case you're watching the recording. Also, if you have any topic in mind around which you want us to give you some tips on, please let us know in the chat window or the comment section.
Hello again, and it is tip time. Today I am going to show you how to automate formatting and also the unit test execution while you commit your code. For this, we are going to use the latest version of an NPM module called Husky by using the pre-commit hooks. Here I am in VS Code, where I have created a sample LWC project. It has a basic hello component, and I have also written a test class for it. Okay, let's now check the code. It is a pretty simple code, but it is badly formatted with improper indentations. We are going to fix it using the pre-commit hook in a short while. When you create a Salesforce DX project, it creates a package.json file with some scripts and npm dependencies listed in it. You can find a script to format your code using the Prettier plugin. You can also find scripts to run your LWC tests. Now, let's see how we can automate the process of formatting and testing while we commit the code using Husky. Here, I am on the Husky documentation page. The latest version of Husky has 0 dependencies, it's lightweight, and it is fast. The installation is a simple one-step process. This command installs Husky and also initializes the configuration. Let's copy this command and go back to VS Code. Let's open package.json and we'll add a post install label to the script list and paste the command here. The post install script executes whenever you run npm install. You can also run this command directly from the terminal. Let's now save it and run npm install. Here you can see that it adds a prepare step for Husky and it also adds the package version in dev dependencies. Not only that, it creates a .husky folder and adds a pre-commit hook file for us. Here we can add the commands that we desire to run in the pre-commit stage. Let's add npm run prettier, npm run test, and git add dot. You need not add this git command here, but if you want to stage the changes after format and test execution, you can add it. That's all we need to do. Let's go and commit the changes. Let me show you the hello.html file once again. And now we'll check the git status. We'll stage the changes with git add. Now we'll commit the changes. Here you can see that it runs both npm run prettier and npm run test. You can also see that the file is formatted. Now let's push the changes to the GitHub repository. Let's go and check our commit in the GitHub repository. Here you can see that it has formatted the code and committed the changes. Was that a cool tip? Please let us know.